Alright guys, it's time for Celestial Hacker Girl Jessica with HaiiSky.
Okay. Okay. So this is Celestial Hacker Girl Jessica. So I guess we'll start things off right now then, since it seems like we're all good. So this game is a 3D platformer, and it's much like Marble Blast Ultra, if you've ever seen that game. Except, I'm not sure, I've never played the game in particular, but this game's gimmick is kind of like the fact that the more you jump, the faster you go. So it gets harder and harder to control, but the levels get faster and faster as you go. So right now I'm just trying to do a somewhat precise jump. I'm not having that much success at it, albeit, but we'll get there. I'm not too worried. I've been training my whole life for this moment. So you collect cakes to beat the game, or beat the level. There are 36 levels in total, and it should take us right around 16 minutes or so to do this if I don't mess up too much. So I try to cut as many corners as possible while still maintaining full control, and doing things like avoiding the vines as much as possible by going on the sides of them to get a bit of speed boost, which is really useful for shaving some seconds off. Here we're on some bouncing goop, and I want to actually slow down my momentum here for one of the few instances in the run so that I can land exactly on this cake. Unfortunately I overshot it a little bit, but we're only a jump away, so it's not really a big deal. So you kind of see I jump instantaneously right away. I know that's kind of redundant, but the reason I can do that is because I can input in between level screens, which saves a bit of time over the course of the run. And it also makes it look like I'm super fast with my reaction time. Okay, we got bumped by the tree. That's a bit unfortunate, but not the biggest deal in the world. There we go. First try, I promise. So, I didn't mention the terminals yet because that was the first terminal, but as we are so Celestial Hacker Girl, we are hacking computers in the Omniverse, as the gamer who created this game so aptly put in the description of the game. This is actually a uni project from what I remember, just a 3D surrealist platformer. So here, this is the introduction to water bubbles, and here I want to ride the edge as much as possible while avoiding the laser, and we're going to skip the other two, just by getting a nice angled jump. Here we get introduced to exploding barrels. We want to avoid those because explosions and Jessica don't mix well. So this is actually one of the more annoying jumps in the game in this level. Also, I really like the soundtrack here. Just big shout-outs to that. And I might make it. Okay, we didn't have enough speed there, so I'm not gonna try that again. That's just something just go for once. It saves like 4 seconds over the safe strat. You know, go hard or go home. Whoops. Okay. So as you can see, I haven't really had time to point it out, but there's a ton of like nice scenery here. I just love the surrealist feel to this so much. It's really nice. And there's a lot of Vocaloid type things in this game, a lot of like really intense music. They have a really good soundtrack and a really good scale of progression and difficulty. See, like there's a satellite there. Not to mention these really wacky platforms here. I also have not mentioned the brake yet because I haven't been using it too much. But you'll see me press the brake button, and that stops me almost instantly, which is really helpful for when you're going fast and you want to play things tight. There's some iguanas. I think those are iguanas. Maybe they're chameleons. I don't really know. There's a big train right there. Also, I didn't mention it yet, but these are, or this is rather, the no cans category. So in the other category, what you'd be doing is collecting cans, and that would be akin to warp pipes in Super Mario Bros. But we don't do that. We're doing all the levels here, the full game experience. Here I'm going to do a series of precise jumps to build up speed. Almost hit the laser, but not quite. And then I'm just going to hit for the cake straight away. This level's pretty straightforward. The only real hazard here is rolling off of the vines and losing a few seconds, which I'm not going to do. And then there's a gargoyle towards the end of the level that I can hit. Which, if I do hit it, then I'll get bounced back. And that doesn't sound very good to me, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to avoid it and just hit the cake instead. Hey, look at that. So, the song hits like a nice crescendo as we get to one of the harder jumps in the game. Fortunately, I did mess that up, but it only loses for about 8 seconds, so it's not a huge deal. Third time's the charm, right? There we go. So basically I'm just jumping around that barrier, so I have to... that lets me avoid activating a terminal. This song's a really good one too. It's like a folky Japanese tune. It actually reminds me of a show that I've watched. Here we're just hacking a terminal, but instead of using the water bubble, because water bubbles are slow, we're using the bounce pad rather down that way. We're just gonna go straight forward instead and land right in the water bubble with the speed built up from the fall. Nice, that was perfect. So, here's some more lasers. I just have to be careful. And there's the star rod. You might recognize that from Super Mario 64, but it's not the same thing. It actually just changes the color of the screen. I am not invincible in this stage, sadly. I just make everyone's retinas bleed instead. It's a different kind of superpower. So this level is the only instance of RNG in the game, but basically there's 3 different layouts you can get for this. And I got one of the non-optimal layouts, but all I have to do here is just turn around and adjust my course of action, and we'll be good. And there's the cake. So it can appear in one of 3 places, and I got the worst one, which is not really a big deal, just loses a few seconds. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show off the bunny hop, but there's always future runs for that. And here I just have to slow down my momentum. Okay, not perfect, but we'll take that. This is the introduction of the slow sledge, I'm pretty sure. So it just slows me down, so the less I can be in that, the better. Then we're gonna hacker voice I'm in this terminal. I'm gonna go for a somewhat precise jump on this launch pad here. And what that's gonna allow me to do, let's wait for that laser, is if I do it right, I'll land right on the cake. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the precise place I needed to. Okay. This level is pretty simple. I just want to hit this jump pad at a good angle. I didn't hit it perfectly, that's not really a big deal. Instead of being launched and getting hit, I just would have landed right at that jump pad and went a bit faster. So, not the end of the world. So while we're on this little slow patch, I should mention that this is only $2 on Steam, and it's extremely accessible to run, so if anyone's interested, I'd definitely check out the game. If for nothing else, it's definitely worth $2 for the content you get. This was actually a side project of mine, and I actually wound up being one of my favorite speed games I've ever ran in 10 years, so that's my recommendation of the day. So there I went in a specific pattern. Here I'm actually going to count, so 1 square, 2 square, diverge from the path. And that lets me skip a lot of the fan blowing me up. So in the beginning of that last level, I actually went into a specific path so the lasers wouldn't hit me. It's not like that much of note, but it's still interesting that you can manipulate where the lasers go if you do things a certain way. Unfortunately, we missed the little block there. It's not a huge deal. Just do it again. try again. It's like they say, there's 1,000 lessons in a failure, but none in success. Although success feels much better. Here I'm going to do a little bit of a boost to land on the cake quicker. Then I'm going to turn around straight away here. And there was actually a brand new trick found today that I'm not going to do the full version of. Basically, what I would do is I would bypass this terminal and hit an extremely precise bounce off of a rock I'm about to do the same bounce off of. But this is more forgiving if I do it this way. So I would have had to make it across this entire gap, and obviously that didn't get me across the whole gap, which is why I activated this water bubble for safety reasons. This next level I just have to turn immediately to the left. And this is one of the more simple levels that we have left. Just activating a terminal, but instead of backtracking, I can just take a little leap of faith here. And bam, level done. This is an ice level. I really enjoy the ice physics in this game. You already feel kind of slidey in this game. So like that plus the increased speed of jumping is just really an interesting experience that not many games have to offer. The next level is going to be some bouncing goop. So here I just want to land right on the cake and avoid these lasery boys. Okay, cool. Sometimes that's an issue. Okay, cool. Sometimes you hit that bounce pad like twice or thrice, and obviously that's not optimal. And we like going fast here. Also, you'll notice that my ball color is purple. There's actually like, I think like 12 different ball colors I can choose from. This just happens to be the one I settled on. You unlock balls by exploring the levels and finding them. This is level 29. So this is the only thing that makes me a liar about the progression of difficulty in the game. This is just such a simple level and really out of place, but it's a nice little break. And also, there's a plant in the background, there's a lighthouse, there's also a ship in the background. And here we're gonna cut some corners. And bam! My favorite level in the game is coming up right here. You get to see this like Tron-esque area of the game. And you actually have a different landing sound effect. The toing, toing kind of thing. But I love this area a lot. And here I'm just trying to avoid these red boys behind me. Kind of appreciate that air horn. So here, I'm going to try to land perfectly on the cake. If not, I have to deal with this laser ring, but we should be good. And we are good. This next level is one of the hardest levels casually, but in the speedrun it's not so bad. It's just activating a few terminals and avoiding some exploding barrels and lasers and red boys. Cool. Here I'm going to get some boosts off of that side ramp. So this is kind of the hardest maneuver in the level. Okay, we're good. I almost messed that one up. And I would have lost like 30 seconds, so I'm glad I didn't mess that up. Here I'm going to knock the barrel out of the way to mitigate the risk of dying. And we're going to go down into the liquid abyss. This next level has one of the cooler skips in the game. It's just another one of those bounces off of physics. Okay, I messed up. It's fine. We have a restart button for a reason. So once I hit this correctly, like so, that just skips a water bubble and a lot of side tracking. Okay, this next level has this tricky laser section in the beginning, but if I just take my time, I can get through it nice and clean. Usually you get through it first try, and if you don't, you struggle a few times. There's kind of no in between there, so I'm glad that I did things rather quickly. We actually only have 2 more levels left after this, so our journey is ending, so I hope you all are enjoying the run. So in this level, the cake is actually invisible, but I know where it is, so I just line myself up with it, do a few jumps, and roll into it. And we're on the last level already. And we have a very fitting last level. We get to see these skeletons. Actually, those skeletons pick you up when you die. I just haven't let myself die in the run yet. So here we're just climbing a final stretch of vine, going through one last water bubble, and hopefully we get one more boost, unlock a terminal, and then that's gonna be it for Celestial, Hacker, and Jessica. So here I'm lining up precisely in order to hit the bottom of that so I can get this speed boost. And excellent, we avoided the sludge. Now I just have to not die from these lasers. And that's time. That's Celestial, Hacker, Girl, Jessica. I hope you all enjoy.